Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be cooking a absolutely delicious Chinese curry. It's a wee bit of a cheat because I'm going to be using this Chinese curry sauce mix. You can get that in Iceland for £1.50. That's the medium one, but you can get the extra hot one if you prefer it hotter. So the chicken thighs, 600 grams, they're out of Lidl's and they were £4.89. So get some, turn your pan on. I use this Scoville wok, which I think is absolutely amazing. This is what I do most of my cooking on. And I use olive oil and everything. So we'll get that on, get a bit of heat in there. And you cut the chicken up. Never mind using a knife. It's much too much messing about. Get yourself a pair of kitchen scissors. Much easier and much quicker. So I cut up into even sized chunks. This is easily enough to feed 4 people. Or if you like it as much as I do, 2 people. Or 1 person for 2 meals. I do make this quite a lot because it's quick and it's easy to do. And better still, it's all done in one pot. So we'll get that out of the way. And remember, if you're handling raw chicken, I always wash my hands. So if you look at the recipe, it's got 1 small onion, garden peas, but you can put anything you want in it. I've even put carrots in it before just to use them up. So in this one, which is my favourite, I'm going to be using mushrooms. Now these were 99p, that was out of Lidl's again. I'm going to use half of this onion. I don't know how to price that. I mean, I grow these myself. I've also got an allotment channel, so if you're interested in allotments, comment below and I'll share the link. So I'll save half of this for my next dish, which I'm hoping to publish in the next couple of days. Another thing to mention is, the recipe says, I think it's 420 ml of cold water. I always find that 400's enough. And make sure you've got a bowl, which you'll see shortly why you need the bowl. Just roughly chop your onions. I would recommend thighs for this because they don't dry out as much. In fact, I used to use breast, but as I say, it dries out too much, and so I cook with chicken thighs for everything. And I think they're much tastier, and they're cheaper than chicken breast. But I don't use them for that reason. It's more because they stay a bit juicier. I'll put up the exact prices and where I got everything at the end of the video. So once your chicken's nearly cooked, start adding the onions. I like vegetables in big chunks, and also if you make onions too small, they cook away to nothing. Mushrooms, well, these baby ones anyway, just cut them in half. Again, they're going to be nice and chunky once everything's cooked. And another reason I reduced the amount of water on the recipe is because onions, they produce quite a lot of liquid. And add your mushrooms. frozen peas. No set amount, just depends on taste. And when all that's cooked through, get your bowl. Put that to the side and add your 400 ml of water. So this is the curry sauce powder. One of these makes 3 lots, so 50p a time for a portion. I'll put all the information at the end, and then it's on one place, all the costings, where I got them from. But it really is the best curry, Chinese curry anyway ever, for a fraction of the price of what you would pay at a takeaway at a restaurant. And it's so much like a Chinese curry, you'll be absolutely blown away. And when you get that to the sort of thickness that you want it, add your chicken and all your bits back in. Give that a mix through. Make sure it's all coated with the curry. I usually let it simmer for about half an hour, just on a low heat. And that is one of the best Chinese curries that you'll ever taste. Feeds 4 people easily, all for the price of £6.